but they're also someone who, once you kind of shadow that mental, you can run over them a little bit.
Oh, the
but
Diddy coming out, not. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if Inkling would like be good in this matchup going under Boomerang and Arrow maybe, but I guess not.
I do think, from what I've heard, this is what SVP is trying to fully switch to. If not, they've already fully switched to it. So I might just be old news, you know. But Diddy looking pretty good right now. 80% on Ikana, not the greatest start, but you know, once again, Young League, one of those hitters that just dishes out damage in tolls. Here we go, down throw up air.
The Gimmer hop. No capitalization on the air dodge.
And you're see it kind of like immediately just like testing what ranges they can throw Boomerang at and like how SVP is going to respond to them, you know, because like close Boomerang isn't safe, but a lot of people just are too scared or hesitate to punish, and that makes it safe, essentially. Yeah, you kind of right back in here. Completely tied game right now.
Such a different match from what we were just watching, yeah. It's a lot slower. When the advantage is pushed, it's a lot more like setup based. They're not really going for the hard reads. They're not really going for like the back air, you know, the box back air jump read. You try to get your banana, you try to get your bomb. Oh my god, almost a crazy conversion coming out from Ikana. Still holding advantage.
And then here you go, just Ikana just setting up the wall of pain right here, down there up air once again.
Like
Force the money for the cross stage.
Like you said, he is just willing to play it optimally. He'll throw the boomerang, he'll throw the arrow. If he doesn't have to risk it and he can get a conversion off it, why would he?
Ikana is like the most dedicated person I've ever met, like dedicated to the grind person I've ever met. Freshman year, walked around DePaul with a notebook on Smith.
So real.
Like, it was like detailed notes. It was like insane. It was like literal micro interactions that they were writing down. It was just really impressive to me, because you know, there's like a general consensus that like, oh, you know, Smashers are kind of lazy, and it's like seeing someone who like goes against that completely and just puts in like all that effort, and then it paid off like literally the next season where they got rings.
Yeah, I think in general it's like in Smash it's more like they'll just grind out the game. They'll just play it for like 5 hours, whatever. Whereas it's more in traditional fighters where you see the notes, realizing frame data, because it's a lot more important in those games. Whereas like the meta game is a lot more important in Smash. I have Smash coming out instead of Up Smash, but yeah, you definitely have those like player types who are more willing, more want to like play it like a FGC game and just like get the frame data, see what's going on.
Yeah, good
take
space
your notes.
But one thing I want to mention, just in general, you know, Diddy is one of those characters that after a certain point just kind of can't kill. Or not can't, but it's just harder.
Yeah.
But compared to a character, especially like Young Lee, where it's just like, okay, I'm gonna fire arrow. I'm gonna boomer. Like every one of your projectiles kill confirms. You have down tilt. Like you have the infinite universe at your disposal. But
I think he's just struggling a little bit in the mid range here. It's really rough for him because whereas like Diddy excels at whiff punishing, it's really hard when they're throwing out like an arrow, because even if your banana does hit, you have to short hop now, and your air speed isn't as good as just like running at him. And then, you know, rain coming out on the way back. If you have a setup like this, it's really rough to just try to make it back to center when you throw out rain. Get a tech chase on a platform, and then, you know, you're at 107.4.
That's it. Oh, no, dropping the confirm there. But here goes back on ledge. What gets SVP going to do? Looking for the monkey flip potentially? No, just taking their time out of the corner. Back on ledge. You just see it kind of just like just jumping around a little bit, you know, just exerting that pressure just through presence, you know, not necessarily having to throw out a hitbox, but having that nair at the disposal at any time that you can just throw out like right next to the ground and still have active.
Yeah, because the threat between nair and like wanting to be close enough to whip, like try to whip punish, get whatever you want, like the soft pressure or whatever, versus like landing with an arrow, landing with a ring is really rough for him.
Yeah, you kind of going to take a solid 2-stock game 1 there. You know, it's like it's not even like the SVP really played bad. It's just you have to.
It's just rough.
You've got to weave in between so much to even get close to Ikana.
It's just rough.
Yeah.
It looks rough.
I just can't imagine it being that much fun for Diddy, especially because, you know, you are a grounded character. Okay, arrow just shuts you down now. Boomerang, oh, you trying to monkey flip? Okay, I'm just going to nair fair you. Like, it's going to trade it or beat you out every single time. I don't know if we're going to see the switch to Inkling, but...
Yeah, I thought he went under like a lot of the stuff, made it really easy, and I'm sure the advantage today looks a little bit better.
But no, I think it probably is just a full Diddy switch at this point. So once again, apologies for being misinformed about that. But regardless, hopefully Good to see SVP pop off a little bit more here. Game 2 back to PS2.
I think there's something to be said about like the mental stack of like playing multiple characters. Obviously there are people who just have like, no matter what in this matchup I'm playing this character, which I think is the way to do it. There's like a level of like at like end of game 1, you know, if you're playing your main then and you don't have another character, you're just trying to win.
Yeah.
But at some point you're just thinking about the next game, thinking about the next match, like, okay, well, if I'm switching to this character, if I'm switching to Inkling, I probably want to dash under this, I probably want to do this.
Yeah.
And it feels like there's less like intensity, which can work for or against you when it comes to like having that dog versus like getting too nervous, too much pressure.
Yeah. Look at him, just looking like a mirror of game 1 here. Ikana just not letting SVP breathe at all. Just I feel like SVP's been on ledge this entire set so far, but almost finding their footing here. Not quite. Down throw up air once again. Just stays consistent for so long. We are. Rolls reversed. Banana in hand.
Off position, but he needs to set up again.
Brilliant air dodge by Ikana. Getting back up the stage instead of going back to ledge for the regrab.
Absolutely. And again, it's just that setup game of like, I'm at ledge, I'm going to throw my rings, I'm going to get my bombs, I'm going to get my banana. And it's just kind of trading back and forth.
Like once again, I feel like it's like SVP's not even making like big mistakes. It's just that's just how Young Link is, you know. Like, okay, you jumped here instead of when you should have just dashed under, or you should have.
Yeah.
And Ikana just slowly but surely chipping away at these stocks on SVP.
And when it comes to that like setup game we're talking about, where they're just throwing out their stuff, they're getting ready to ledge trap with their boomerang, they're getting ready to ledge trap with their banana.
Both hits don't work.
It's something Ikana's just generally more experienced with. He's been playing this character for a really long time. And it feels like that's where he's losing.
Yeah.
Where he gets the setup on the platform, he has the arrow, he has the down tilt ready, and then he just gets the kill confirmed.
There, banana. Here's a big combo. Finally, SVP finding something. You don't see Ikana like do like that Z drop like bomb at ledge too often, but when it's out, it is scary. Just one more option, you know, it's actually just a snake grenade just laying there.
Yeah, on top of everything else he's throwing out, it's just there. It's just something else you got to think about.
And once again, like back on ledge, 103%, like Nair will kill here, I'm pretty sure. And it's just like, it's so scary against Young Link when it's like these kill moves are so fast. Sure, they're a little bit stubby, but you're playing Diddy Kong. You are a stubby character to begin with. But DI that right? No.
And that's gonna be it.
Brilliant set for play by Ikana there. You know, SVP, it's not a player to stuff at, but it's hard to deny that set just looked kind of lost.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Neutral was far and few between. It was just a lot of that like ledge play, that stage control. How can I hold this? How can I make sure you stay there? And it's just something Ikana's really experienced in, having played this character for like 2-3 years
It's
now.
been a while, yeah.
I want to say at least 3 years now.
And I would say like the one time we really saw SVP shine was actually just the beginning of the set in general. I think they got like a 70% string off.
And I think having the depth to your game plan is something that comes with experience, where it's like, okay, well, I have my base game plan.